Hello everybody and welcome to today's video where I will be talking about affirmations and incantations, what they are and what the difference is. So a lot of people have heard of the term affirmations, right? It's basically a phrase or a keyword you might repeat to yourself to reaffirm something that you want to basically embody mentally, correct? So popular affirmations are such as I love myself, I am beautiful, I am going to be rich. There's a ton of different ones, and on today's videos I'm going to break down how you can, I guess, break down or categorize your affirmations in subcategories and how you can create them into more powerful, effective affirmations. And what that actually translates it to is something called incantations. And so affirmations, I just described what they are. Incantations is basically when you embody the terminology of what you're using and really using your neurologically, your body, your physiology, your voice, your posture. You're really having a sense of command when you're making these sense of demands. Because the reality is when you come to ask whatever your belief is, whether it's God, the universe, higher power, whatever it is that you want to envision for your life, you will have to put it out there. You have to ask for it, right? There's so many books that touch up on this kind of concept, whether it's The Secret, Think and Grow Rich. For anything to manifest, it has to start out as a thought. And for the thought to produce itself and come to fruition, you have to speak the words, right? So affirmations by themselves aren't enough. Real talk. I mean, a lot of people say they are, but in reality, they don't make that much of a difference. You really have to, like I said, embody more energy behind them. And energy is the key. Now, in order to do a really positive incantation for yourself, my advice is to first know what it is that is your negative, because let me explain what affirmations and incantations is actually doing. You're actually updating your belief system. So we have a set of beliefs and values that we have that's in our minds. We all have them, whether it's have to do with health, relationships, finances, spirituality. They're all in there, right? What we're essentially doing with incantations is we're updating the programming or what it is in our minds or whatever it is we loop to ourselves. It's kind of like a self-hypnosis in a way. What hypnosis basically does, it goes deep into the subconscious, unconscious mind and reinstalls a new, whether it's a belief, whether it's healing or an old trauma. That's the whole basis of hypnosis. And this is what essentially incantations and affirmations do. You're basically reaffirming to your unconscious, subconscious mind. And the continuous, you could say continuous, what would you call it? In continuous, the consistency, of doing it day in, day out, reaffirms to your mind, okay, this is of importance to me. And your mind says, all right, this is something that I'm going to start paying more attention to. I'm sure that makes sense to all of you. So the important thing is to first find out what it is that you're telling yourself that's a negative. I'm not too sure who used the term exactly, but it's called ANTs, automatic negative thoughts. And it's important to know what your ANTs are in your mind before you start working on your incantations / affirmations. So I've written some examples here. So it kind of helps people break them down and it might be relatable for you. So like I said, I do incantations or / affirmations in subcategories, and those subcategories are health, emotions, mindset, environment, relationships, career, finances, and spirituality. So ANTs would be the negative self-talk that you say to yourself. For example, health-wise, this is a negative, not a positive, a negative, right? Health. Losing weight is hard for me. Do you say this to yourself? I know for myself personally, I have said that negative phrase before to myself. Emotions. Nobody loves me and I am all alone. Mindset. I am so lazy. I am so unproductive. I procrastinate. Environment. I hate the people I work with. And environment isn't just your work environment. It could be your family environment, it could be your friend's environment. It's basically the average of like the 5 people you hang around the most. Environment is a very important foundation for you to always be mindful of and, working on towards improving. Relationships, I can never find anyone right for me. Career, things are just too difficult and there's no point of trying. Finances, I never make enough money to buy the things I actually want. Spirituality, life is always constantly going against me. Okay, so these are a set of examples of the eight, I call these the 8 pillars of performance: health, emotion, mindset, environment, relationships, career, finances, and spirituality, right? So once you find out, or once you kind of start to be self-conscious of your negative self-talk, and the way I want you to do this is basically you could write this on your phone. Maybe you could be in the doctor's waiting room, you could be going into a meeting, driving, wherever it is, it just occurs to you that you have a negative thought that just comes into your mind. And for everyone it's different, but I'm sure a lot of the ones that I just used as an example might apply to you. So write them down. Maybe write them down not while you're driving, but maybe when you stop driving, write them down on your phone, write them down on a piece of paper. And after a few days or maybe a week, you'll start to say, wow, I actually speak to myself in a really negative tonality. Sorry, not tonality, but terminology with the self-talk that. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip these ants, automatic negative thoughts, around. And that's what's going to become your incantation / affirmation, right? And so step 1 is to know your ants, like I just described. Step 2 is a turnaround. Say, for example, let's say it's health and losing weight is hard for me. Or you might say to yourself that losing weight is hard for me because genetics, right? People in my family are big boned, so it's going to be hard for me to lose weight, for example. This is a very common belief system that people have. But they're faulty belief systems. So you can turn this around, and instead of saying losing weight is hard for me, you can say losing weight is easy for me when I do the right things by my body, right? Because you can't BS yourself, you can't lie to yourself and say, yeah, losing weight is easy for me, and just keep going on and doing everything that you're doing and expect the same results, right? It doesn't exactly work that way. So the turnaround's got to be very mindful and very kind of precise. And like I said, energy is the key. You have to really embody what you're saying. All right. I'm going to read you some of my examples of what I use. These are actually my incantations I do pretty much every day. And I would recommend saying incantations at least once a day, every morning. I would recommend, always have a morning routine and make this part of it. My morning routine personally is things like cold showers. I love doing something called priming. It's a Tony Robbins technique. It's a kind of a meditational, taking yourself into the future. Maybe it's breath work, depending on the day. Every day is a little bit different. But in terms of my incantations, these are my examples. So health. I wake up every day at 5 a.m. feeling excited and passionate about my life. Okay? For me, waking up early is a very important. I used to actually struggle waking up early. Initially, I used to be like, I can't train in the morning, I can't do things in the morning, I need to just wake up. But over the years, I've developed a stronger mindset and I've worked on that. And waking up 5 a.m. now has actually turned out to be one of the most greatest things that I've actually started to do in terms of turning my life around. I have an endless supply of energy. When I eat to fuel my body and not to feed my appetite. All right, that's some health ones. Emotion-wise, I love my life and I am blessed for every experience. I am able to have the hard conversations in life. The secret to life is giving and serving. Mindset, I am a believer, not a doubter. I am an extremely creative person. I am an amazing leader. All I need is within me now. Today and every day I take action. Action. I just want to reaffirm that word is the key to success, in the sense of, we all know people that have been very, let's say, smart, or they seem to know it all when it comes to the theory side of things. But action is going to be the real dividends on what makes the difference in your life. Without action, you never really go. And like, I can give you all these information that I share with you on these videos, but unless you're taking the action and actually applying it to yourself, it's not going to really have of an effect. Environment. I am lucky to have the people I have around me. I am so grateful and thankful for having such supporting friends. I am so lucky to live where I do live. Relationships. I am in a loving and fulfilling, passionate relationship. I am worthy of love. My relationship is filled with love and passion. I accept everyone as they are and I know that they are doing their best. Career and finances. I am needed by people who need my services. Just for you to know, for me, as I've been starting life coaching, business coaching, public speaking, the negative self-doubt of having, Cina, when you talk, do people actually want to listen to you? I would have these like negative talk. Oh, Cina, you sometimes stutter. Is that going to be an issue? Like, what if you go up there and you just stutter, or you lose your place, or whatever? These are all negative self-talks that I am now working on correcting those, essentially, right? So I say things to myself like, I am a great speaker. People love listening to me speak. People are willing to pay me to speak. Okay. My customers love the products and the services that I provide. Okay. Spiritual life. I love God and everything He has done for me. I am grateful for every lesson, no matter how difficult it may have been. I have an abundance of love in my life, wealth, and everything else that I've ever wanted. Every day is a new lesson for me. Okay, so these are just some examples of my own personal incantations. So for yourself, like I said, do the steps. Know your ants. That's number one. Do the turnaround. Right. You do that after a few days. I've actually attached a PDF to the YouTube video I'm going to be uploading here, or on my website, so you can find something similar to this or something similar to what I wrote out. And it's really going to help you with really easy steps. If you have any questions about this, you can always feel free to message me on my website or get in touch. I'll be uploading obviously a lot more videos when it comes to not just incantations / affirmations, but visualizations, how to work on them, how to manifest or create your dreams of the future, how you can start channeling them. A lot of other tips and useful resources and information that I know a lot of people will find this really beneficial. I know for myself it's been life-changing, to be honest. And yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope everyone's doing really well with whatever stage of your life you're going through, and hopefully this Corona situation passes for everyone, COVID situation passes for everyone slowly but surely, and doesn't impact people's lives too negatively. And that's an automatic thought, or an ant, I should say, straight away. A lot of people just keep saying, just because it's COVID, that the world's come to a stop, so I should come to a stop. That's a negative thought. That's not bettering you in any kind of way. So you can turn those around, because more millionaires are actually made through depressions than any other times in history. You can go back and look at history throughout. It's always happened. So there is always an abundance of money to be made. So you got to put yourself out there, okay? That's it for today, guys. Wish you guys all the best. You guys can find me on either my YouTube, my website, my social media. I'm out there. My name is Cina. I'm the founder of Project C. Sending all my peace and love to everyone. All right, see you guys. Bye.